A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers, on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and on the free Odyssey app.
What it is, what it do, what it high noon, baby. This is the Mason Crosby Show across your airwaves on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. My name is Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. Tommy Wirtz in the hizzy, and Mason the Kicker Crosby.
I'm just glad I've traded in my my corporate Crosby card and handed it over to somebody.
Well,
so that's an inside story. We don't have to tell the world about it. But corporate Crosby is no more. It's been passed along to a younger generation.
What was Mitch's intro there? Can we address that? Like, I get it.
What it do?
Like,
what it high noon, baby?
Like what, the hizzy. Like, I mean, that was a stretch all for you right there. It feels
do you
like.
write those up? Like,
No,
that's just flying.
That's off the dome.
that.
Although me and Mason were pretty in lockstep on the finger
You guys
guns
were.
on there.
You
That
guys were
was good.
crushing it.
That was good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 414-677-1250. Your thoughts on the hizzy? If you want to chime in on that.
Oh gosh,
It sounds worse when
Phones
I say
are going to be
again.
blowing up.
Yeah.
don't
totally
say
are.
it again.
No,
Please
no.
don't.
I think I will find myself and suspend myself if I say it again. It is another cold day. Mace, how's your ice? How's the outside of the house?
You know, it's thawing out. Like we went out for the first time yesterday.
That's a big deal.
Molly didn't like it. She was like, "Man, I've really enjoyed this like little nesting stage that we've had here,
Family time."
And then she came, like, she woke up this morning and she was like back. You know, she's like, it's like Molly's back. She's like locked back in. She's rolling. She's like, I don't know if I want to leave the house again. Like this, I need to get back into this comfort zone. Yeah, exactly. So we're rolling through. I mean, people still though, like I'm just thinking about so many people that are they're without powers.
Yeah, which is
since
crazy.
Saturday.
That's crazy.
Like dealing with all the, it's like they're trying to get, generators. People unfortunately going to hospitals because they, do generators in the house and they're getting carbon monoxide poisoning. Like it's a serious deal. And it was wild. We drove around yesterday and it felt otherworldly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this is not where I live. Like the ice on the trees falling on people's houses and all through yards. It's just like, man, this is scary and it's different. But thinking about all those people as we get to sit here and talk about sports ball on the radio, which is always fun.
Jim Owczarski, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel Bucks beat reporter. He'll join us in the next segment. I was at the Peter Fagan Key to the City ceremony today. We'll get to that a little bit later on in the show. But the Packers making some news. They brought in Bobby Babich, and they didn't make an announcement right away about Derek Ainsley, but they brought in Babich at the same position. And so I was like all over the internet yesterday, like trying to find, like, does Ainsley have a new job? Is he going somewhere else? What's going on? And we didn't really know then. I know that Andy Herman and others tweeted today that he no longer has a job with the Green Bay Packers. And as Jonathan Gannon puts together his defense, Mason, how much faith do you have? We know the success he had as a defensive coordinator with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
We also know how much success he didn't have as a head coach with the Arizona Cardinals. Are you confident that he bringing in his guys? I know, and then we just got news he brought in a new linebackers coach who was under him, I think, in Philly.
It was his linebackers coach. Well, the guy he brought in was linebackers coach at Arizona. Mm-hmm. Now is the DC in college, right? So, I mean,
like,
you can't.
Do we trust him bringing in his guys, Mason?
I mean, he's bringing in some pretty high level guys. I mean, Babich was a defensive coordinator. Like, he has like 3 defensive coordinators on his staff as position coaches. I mean, that's you can't deny that those guys have worked their way and know ball, right? So I do think, like, honestly, building a very professional staff up there right now with Gannon. I don't know a ton about each one of these guys. I did reach out to Micah Hyde. I'm waiting to hear back because he played under Babich there at Buffalo, so it'd be interesting to get his take. But I do just think it is like it is a good sign. And they're obviously with the hire of Gannon, they're like, hey, bring in your guys. If you can get some of these high-level guys, which who knows, maybe they're loosening up their purse strings a little bit up there, because I'm guessing some of these guys come with a little bit higher price point just because of what they have done already in those positions. So I think it's really promising, and it's some really high level hires on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, new hire Sam Seifkis. Am I saying that right? Is that how you pronounce?
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
Nobody knows.
There's a lot of consonants in a row in that name.
You could have said anything, and I said, "Yeah, that sounds right."
Another young guy. He's a
Sam C. We'll just call him CC.
Yeah.
Oconomowoc native, came in. He's been he was at UW La Crosse. He was at UW Platteville for a couple of years. He worked under Dave Aranda at the University of Wisconsin.
I like that.
And then on top of it, he also was with Jonathan Gannon in 23 and 24. So he was the defensive coordinator for Virginia Tech, and now returning to the NFL after this past year.
So I like that. I mean, those are high level.
Mason, do you like when a coordinator in college comes back to take a, perception wise, a lesser job, but obviously a higher level? Can that be a positive?
Well, clearly, I mean, he was a position coach there at Arizona, got a DC job in college, which is a promotion in that regard.
Yeah.
You would think. And then now he's choosing to, was he fired from that job, or was he still the DC there?
I don't think so. I think he chose to come to.
So he's choosing. I mean, I feel like I want to pick apart, anything that's going, it's like you kind of want to say like, okay, what is the other side to it? But so far, I'm just like, man, they are doing some really high level things with these types of hirings. They're bringing in former DCs. They're bringing in, a current college defensive coordinator that's been a position coach in the NFL at a high level. So I do believe that they are really focused on building an awesome defensive coaching staff. The other side of the ball, I'm a little more concerned about right now. And I don't know if y'all want to dive into that, because I have a thought on some of that. The Sean Mannion stuff.
Well, I was going to say, Sean Mannion, news is that Sean Mannion is getting a second interview with the Philadelphia Eagles.
He's the only one, right? He's the only one so far that's gotten a second interview. Okay. And I'm like, if he goes,
tell us about Sean Mannion.
Let's pose this question for the listeners right now. So Nicolay Law fan talking text line 414-677-1250. Join in this conversation, because I'm curious what everyone's thinking. If Sean Mannion, who is in the building right now, goes and takes the Eagles offensive coordinator job, how would you feel about that? Would that make you pretty frustrated that you have a guy in the building that another a Super Bowl winning franchise of recent years values and sees him as an offensive coordinator, and we're not looking at him as a potential to take over that job in Green Bay? We all think Jordan Love had a better year. He was his quarterback coach. Tom Clements literally hired him and brought him in as to teach him and be his replacement there in Green Bay as a QB coach.
And Clements was viewed as a guru. He's a guru. He's one of the greatest of all time.
One of the best ever.
Yeah.
Packers fans be concerned that if Sean Mannion were to leave, then more people come from Green Bay off that offensive staff too? Would he bring guys along with him, assumingly, as well, if he gets an offensive coordinator position? Are they? Because it feels like the Packers have been, when you look at the defensive side of the ball, people wanted LaFleur gone. They wanted Bisaccia gone. And instead, they're going the opposite route of just getting more experience surrounding guys in that coaching staff right now. If you have to now reset and do that all again on the offensive side, you are leaving that decision up to Matt LaFleur again. And now you have to put faith in Matt LaFleur to build this offensive staff around him again.
To bring the right guys in, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, if Mannion goes, I think that is kind of this trickle down. And who knows? I don't know if McCarthy has said anyone that he's going to bring on the offensive side of the ball, but if he brings Getsy or Vrabel or any of those guys, if he taps them to come and take a job over there in Pittsburgh, now all of a sudden, you're looking at, you're kind of behind the eight ball, right? I feel like the offensive side is not being very progressive and ahead of the curve here, because a lot of good coaches will already be hired and moved on if you don't start making some hard decisions and deciding what you might want to do at some of those positions.
Okay, so Mason, you're Matt LaFleur. What due diligence are you doing right now in terms of who Mike McCarthy might look at in Pittsburgh? Sean Mannion doesn't even have the job, but in case he gets the job, who Sean Mannion could take with him? Like, how do you have a pipeline already in place, or do you panic hire, or are you doing due diligence right now? Just talking to guys, letting them know that the seeds are being planted. Hey, if a guy goes, I might have a spot for you. Can you do that, or is that a little shady?
No, if I were in that, I mean, I don't think there are any rules about the coaches talking to one another. I mean, you can't you're not going to formally do interviews and do all of that. But if I'm LaFleur, I know Sean is interviewing for that job. I would have candid conversations with him, like, hey, like, you get this job. What's your plan, right? And the thing is, though, with guys under contract, unless if Sean Mannion gets that job and he wants to bring some guys in lateral positions, the Packers have to allow it, right?
Yeah.
Unless they are getting like a promotion and going up. So those things are kind of systematically you're able to block, but you also kind of want to be like, okay, like, if Sean Mannion's not there, who is going to be the quarterback coach? Mm-hmm. If Vrabel, if some of these other guys, like, you do have to start having that mindset in the conversation. If you're not, then you're not living in the real world, and you're just not even like, you got to pay attention to some things, right? Like, yes, on the outside, and that should be one of them for sure.
Brett lets us know on Instagram, and I just checked it. Scott Tolzien is being interviewed for the offensive coordinator job in Pittsburgh. You know Scott.
Yeah, and he was the quarterback or quality control there in Dallas.
He was quarterback coach for 2 years in Dallas, and then last year he was quarterback coach in New Orleans.
Okay,
so he did 1 year in New Orleans this past year.
Yeah, sharp mind guy that knows ball. I mean, probably same type of path as a Sean Mannion. Similar deal. Been in it a little bit longer though. But those are the types of guys. I think those are the guys that like relate now to this, modern quarterback and like the modern offense and the types of players that you're going to have at your disposal. Like, you just understand a little bit more of what they're trying to accomplish and how to put them in places to be successful. So it really makes sense that some of these young guys are getting tapped to potentially be those now the new young future of the offensive coordinator position.
Speaking of that, Mason, you're listening to the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. When talking about quarterback coaches, just to get into your head a little bit, Mace, you're talking Sean Mannion's 33, Scott Tolzien's 38. Quarterback coach, probably in their minds have their path to offensive coordinator someday and that sort of thing. But Sean Mannion was not a successful NFL quarterback. Scott Tolzien really wasn't a successful NFL quarterback coach. What is like, in my mind, I'd be like, if as a fan, I'd say, shouldn't you have had to do something in the NFL? Oh, like what is, tell me about that a little bit.
Well, that's a question, but like, what successful, like uber successful player has turned into like
wants to be a coach, even.
Like that goes through that path. If you have a 10, 15-year career as a quarterback, you go into announcing, right? Yeah. Like you're going to go and take a $40 million contract like Tom Brady. He's not going to coach. He buys teams and does, it's like, that's what you do. So they have all the knowledge. They were backups a lot. Right. They know the ins and outs of how everything works. Good point. Had to know the offense better than the starting quarterback because they're basically giving them signals, calling plays. They're taking defensive plays. I know like they're in Green Bay with Aaron. He expected his backups to be trying to steal signals and help him out on the field with like what he thought, stuff with like steal signal. I don't know. Is that allowed?
Yeah, there's a Belichick. That's a big topic right now.
When you're on the field across, you can, if you interpret what they're doing, you try to get an advantage. We're not videoing and doing all that.
Watching the other team.
It's like in the game. Yeah, exactly.
Very different.
I was just like, oh gosh.
Yeah. No, you're good. Who threw more career touchdowns? Scott Tolzien or Sean Mannion?
It's gotta be Mannion.
I think Tolzien.
2-1.
No way.
Tolzien 2-1.
That's crazy. That's unreal. But I think that's a point that you bring up there, Mason. Like, it is all about building a room around your starting quarterback too. And those guys being quarterback coaches and then going into offensive coordinator, like Isn't there those who can't do coach, right? Isn't that like a phrase people came up with a while ago? I think that
that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I think it's a good move to bring in guys who have just been in those rooms and are productive in those rooms. That's why, I mean, I think of a guy like Chase Daniel, like has made a living off of just being in good quarterback rooms. You know, go hang out in Kansas City and just help Patrick Mahomes be better for $45 million in your career. Like, not a bad gig to hold an iPad on. I mean,
he was at the Saints for like what, 15 years or 10 years, something like that, behind Drew Brees, and now he's kind of doing coaching on the side, like all of his stuff. He's just breaking down film, and he's basically coaching up like the layperson on how football works, right? So, and those guys are more relatable than a star quarterback. Right, because they're in that space. They're in the locker room. They're doing the hard work, doing all the kind of dirty stuff behind the scenes. Whenever the star quarterback is just kind of elevated and outside of that room at times,
it's like a little less corporate, right? I mean, like the backup quarterback is a lot less corporate than the starting quarterback on an NFL team.
Are you trying to throw the corporate?
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying that.
He basically just said, Mason, you're still corporate, and I'm not.
That's
corporate
what I heard.
That's what he said.
Aaron Rodgers has to be different in that locker room than Matt Flynn had to be. Is that not correct?
Sure.
Like,
well, think about Aaron going and trying to be being an offensive coordinator somewhere. Like he'd be bored out of his mind. He'd be like, this is, but beneath me in a sense. Like, it's like, I've done this. I've been I've been leading out in front for so long. It's hard to take that step back where literally backup quarterbacks and guys that didn't play or were not the stars, we're literally working offensive coordinator type stuff for a long period of time in their career. So for me, that is like the perfect fit. Get these perennial long-term backup quarterbacks and go and put them at the offensive coordinator position and let them be in charge. I love that.
That's good stuff. 414-677-1250 is our Nicolay Law talking text line. Brett says, going back to the new linebacker coach with James Franklin coming to Virginia Tech, maybe there was going to be an opening there if he had it, maybe he read the writing on the wall. And
it's a good
Mason,
business decision.
Who was more corporate, Brett or Aaron? Come on, 1,000% Aaron. That's not even a question, right? Like that. Like we all know the answer to that.
It's hard to say either one was corporate though.
Right,
I mean,
right.
They both had their their quirks.
Well,
right?
one was a.
I think they were both anti-establishment.
Yes, that is correct.
Neither was corporate.
Well, speaking of someone who is very pro-establishment, Jim Owczarski. No, I'm just kidding. Jim's actually,
super corporate.
Jim's actually a pretty anti-corporate guy too. Jim Owczarski, Milwaukee Bucks beat reporter with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. He's going to join us next to talk about things going on with Giannis. Is this team any good? Is Giannis gone in a week? Is he gone next year? What's going on with our Milwaukee Bucks? And remember, Peter Fagan, former president who got the key to the city today, he'll be on with Sparky today at 4:20. So that will be a phenomenal radio experience and video experience as well. So you don't want to miss that. He's Mason Crosby. He's Tommy Wirtz. I'm Mitch Nellis. We are the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a live update from
Did
the
y'all-
Crosby
You guys were going
estate.
at it, yeah.
That was like, all right, who was in the room broadcasting during the break of the
All
Mason
right.
Crosby show?
If y'all are all right with it, they can come. Can they come say hi on the radio?
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
there right now.
Intro
I
the
have
show
Charlotte-
real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. Mitch Nellis, Tommy Wirtz, Mason Crosby with you. Jim Owczarski is going to join us in just a second. But joining us now is Mason.
Say your names.
Sup, broskies? I'm Christine June Crosby.
Oh, sup, broski.
Full name.
I'm Charlotte,
Nice.
Yep.
and I'm a Dino Christine girl.
She loves dinosaurs. We are
Don't we
we are
all?
in day 6 of lockdown quarantine, and
Yes.
this is what happens.
We're going feral. We're
Yeah.
going feral, everybody. I
Cabin
love
fever has set in. All
Uh,
right, girls, I appreciate y'all. Go
yeah.
help mom. She's calling you.
it.
Later,
Yeah,
broskies.
Mama is doing the dishwasher.
Yeah, she needs help. She needs help with the dishwasher. Exactly. This is the Mason Crosby Show, and joining us now on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. I don't think he has 5 kids just yet. It is our Bucks beat reporter with the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, Jim Owczarski. What's going on, Mr. Sir?
Hey, I'm good. Now I've got a pit bull and a golden retriever. Those are toddlers enough for me.
Nice.
That's right. That's right. They'll keep you busy in themselves. Hey, we have 2 dogs too. You know, might as well. I don't know how many more living things I can keep alive in this house, but we're trying our best.
It is a responsibility, especially when it's negative degrees outside, right?
Exactly. All right, Jim, I appreciate you jumping on. Man, lots of stuff going on. We're all kind of sitting on pins and needles, waiting to hear like, is Giannis staying? Are they going to trade him before February 5th? Are they going to wait till the offseason? Like, what are you hearing? Just let Bucks Nation know what we can expect here.
Yeah, I think the thing that's different about this week, guys, because that's really what we're talking about here. Like, what's different? What's new? And I think what's new is, Bucks general manager John Horst is sort of actively receiving calls and parsing through what could be available for, the first, second, third best player in the world. And that's what's different. I think, look, Mason, this guy, Mitch, you guys have been doing this a long time. The literal job of a general manager is to take the calls, right? They wouldn't be doing their job if they didn't take calls or know what was out there. I think the difference is in the past, it was sort of a non-starter. John Horst has been called about Giannis for years. And that's part of it. I think what's different now is, it's sort of receiving the call. It's not he's not just summarily saying, that's nice. Talk to you never. Right. And so I think that's where it's at now. What does that mean? That's to be determined. I don't know if there's any desire to move him by February 5th. I don't know if there's any desire to move him at all, ever. But I think the difference is let's hear what's out there or what's potentially out there going forward.
Well, I'm going to ask you the hard question. We dove into it and we had some awesome interaction. I guess that was on Tuesday on this topic. And so just like, what do you think they should do? Like, do you think it is time? Again, you talk about the maybe the best, player in the NBA, in the world right now, at least top 3 probably whenever he's healthy and able to do all of his stuff. Like, do you think that time has come? Like, is this like organization, like what this team, how it's built, all of those things, are they able to build something to go and chase championships and be relevant with Giannis still on this roster?
So Mason, you live this life literally as a teammate of the best or second best or third best quarterback in the National Football League. And where I'm going with that is when you have that guy, you keep that guy. And because everything else, because getting that guy is the hardest part in pro sports.
That's a great point.
I'm going to keep it real. GMs can change. Coaches can change, assistant coaches can change, rosters can change. Changing that guy when he's still at the peak of his powers is not the answer to contending for championships. It's just not. And the idea of losing a player for nothing is sort of a fallacy, in my opinion. First of all, guys don't leave for nothing in the NBA. Players don't walk away from $250 million for nothing. Like it's just not a reality of the sport. So yeah, we can look back as an apples to apples, maybe of Kevin Durant leaving Oklahoma City for Golden State as a free agent, or LeBron James leaving Cleveland, Miami, and Cleveland again as a free agent. That those are comps. The other side of that is their respective teams went to the finals and went to the conference finals because they had that guy. They're like, our best chance to win is with that guy.
Yeah.
And I bring those guys up as potential comps, but not to bore listeners, but the CBA has changed. That NBA no longer exists.
Yeah.
Because in reality, guys, Giannis is going to be in line for $70 million a year.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, let's talk about his contract a little bit, just like what that looks like, right? Because I did see that next October, if he's still on this route, like he's in line for the super max deal, right? Like if he's on the Bucks, if he's traded or moved somewhere else, like that time frame stretches out, right? So, like I think it is also like, is he says and does and like does seem to want to win and be a champion. He already is, but he wants it more.
Right.
But money does talk as well, right? Like it's like
money,
it's hard to say like,
think.
oh, I'm going to move on. And like I want, it's like $250 million is pretty awesome.
As Giannis said himself in 2023, in October, he was eligible for an extension, and he said, hey, money isn't everything, but a lot of effing money is everything, right? And then weeks later, he signed an extension because he did some future math in terms of contracts he could get in an expanding role. And yeah, like, so he can get to up to 275 with the Bucks. He can also get up to 275 elsewhere. There's a lot of mechanics with that. But what's different, guys, is as an unrestricted free agent, what does that mean? That means that a team that he's going to go to has to clear $68 million, not just that year, but have that space over the next 4 years. What does that mean? That means whatever team he would want to go to has to get rid of everybody. You know what I mean? And so that's why there are no free agents
in the
anymore.
Same boat, right? Yeah.
That's why there are no free agents anymore, guys. Because it's just it's a really impractical methodology of building a team, especially for teams that want to win. That's why Giannis can sign an extension with the Bucks and they can go exceed the cap. All these rules, right? So to your point, Mason, he does want to win, and he is struggling with their first losing season in a decade. But I think trading Giannis is the wrong question, guys. Like why or how this bad season leaps to trade the best player in the world that could get you to winning quicker. I mean, no disrespect, Mason. We were both in that locker room in 2018 when Mike McCarthy was fired.
Yep.
Was that the right decision? It clearly was, because Aaron Rodgers, you guys went to 2 more NFC title games that I covered. Aaron Rodgers won more MVPs because you had the guy, right?
Yeah.
And so that's
a great point.
Like, why is the national question, guys, just move on from the player when there are other avenues to make this team better?
Well, and Jim Owczarski, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, join us here on the Mason Crosby Show. Then that's my question for you then. Is winning the only thing that's changed in that time frame and the success of this Bucks team? Like, what changed? Because it felt like we've heard these Giannis trade rumors for as long as he signed his first extension. It feels like with the Bucks, right? It's how are they going to get him to LA or to New York or out of this market in general? Like, what is it just the success or the results of this season that really is driving this force of, well, now it feels like these talks might be legitimate? Or are there other things to point back to and look at and say that this is not just the straw, it's the final straw?
Well, and Tommy, I'm going to jump onto that too, just so you can hit this, like, why, like, is it coach? Is it the coaching? Like, is it like how they are like coached to go out there on the court and play on a, and motivated on a day in, day out basis? Like, I don't feel like we're talking as much. It's like, is Giannis going to get traded? Not as much like what's going to change in the structure so that like they can unlock the best out of this roster that is in place right now.
So great questions, guys. I tried to answer a little bit jsonline.com with the roster and the coaching, Mason, today. Like, you can't tell me, like, we just watched the Bucks lose to the zombie Nuggets on January 23rd when Giannis got hurt. Like, you can't tell me that whatever the flaws of the roster are, that group was better than the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, that's not now. Look, they beat the Bucks twice, so but has Doc Rivers and his staff pulled the best out of this group? They're 3-13 without Giannis. The Nuggets are 9-5 without Nikola Jokic. Like,
you got to kind of look at coaching whenever that kind of stuff starts happening.
You have to. And now to the other question of just like, is this the final straw of building straws? Some of it is yes, because look, since the championship, this team has gotten worse. They've been on a decline. They have won fewer games per season. They have won fewer playoff games per season, and now they're on the verge of not being 500, missing the playoffs altogether. So it could be a culmination of, wow, we have really tried. Ownership, Giannis, man, 5 years. We really tried. This has only gotten worse, guys. Like, maybe it's over. That's a fair conversation to have. That's a fair landing point for each party. But where we're at, and I'm going to address this also soon, guys, at the Journal Sentinel, is, well, if that's the landing point, why is no one communicating this? Like, why in this summer, guys, Damian Lillard was waived and stretched for 5 years to sign Miles Turner and to continue winning and trying to win. Yeah. This hasn't gone right. But why is this one element, to your point, like, why are these 4 months throwing away maybe what was supposed to be a 2 to 5 year plan this summer? Has ownership's mind changed? If it has, no one has said. Giannis really hasn't said anything. It's like, so there's a lot of cloudiness and murkiness of what has changed, other than they're just a bad team right now.
I think too, like you hit it, like ownership. Like we talked about this a little earlier in the week. Like the Haslams taking over, like having an ownership state. Like they want superstars on this team. So like why? Like again, why would they trade Giannis whenever they're gonna? They want to fill the stand. They want to bring people. Like if you trade Giannis for a lot of prospects or like up and comers, and that doesn't pan out, now you're not filling the seats. You're not getting people in the in the stadium or in the arena, and it's just now what, right? It's like literally Giannis sells tickets. Giannis is the guy. Like so it does start making you wonder, like what is the point, right? And I loved your take on. He is a superstar. What is I love the idea of legacy, right? Yeah. So you can go, you trade him off, but he goes to New York or he goes somewhere. If they don't win a championship, like he is everything in Milwaukee. He has a legacy. If he is able to pull this thing out and find a way to win another championship in Milwaukee, you are just like now ingrained, like you will be considered one of the best of all time. Just because of like what you were able to do there in Milwaukee.
Yeah. And I do think at least for Giannis, and he has been very clear about that, Mason, right? The legacy part. And I do think that's part of the 1 foot in, 1 foot out perception, right? Where it's always about winning. But he's a smart guy. He does watch basketball, even though he says he doesn't. I think he fundamentally understands once you leave Milwaukee, you are now a mercenary. You are now a bad contract. And where you go next is not your last place. You will be traded again, because at some point you become the $70 million albatross. And you're right. Like, he didn't like Bucks fans booing the team when they were getting run out of the gym against the Wolves. Well, 2 days later, the Knicks fans booed their team off the court, and the owner walked off and never came back. Right? Like, what do you think's going to happen in New York, man? Like,
exactly.
What do you think's going to happen when, or now Golden State's a little different, but that's in terms of their fan base and how they react to their team. They're not New York, but their expectations are to win. And once you become that guy that was acquired, like right now, guys, like, yeah, the expectation or the goal is to win in Milwaukee, but like there's grace, there's understanding. Once you become that guy, you better win now, and you better do it. And that's a whole different level.
It takes like the legacy and the love and the kind of playing the game away from it, right? Because I love the word mercenary. You are being brought in to win a championship, and that's all it becomes,
and it's
right?
So hard.
There's no heart in it, right?
Yeah, and it's a hard thing to do. Go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, Jim Owczarski, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, joining us here on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. I don't mean to flip gears to Peter Feigin, but I feel like we should ask a Peter Feigin question. And my statement of that two things can be true, because Giannis was there this morning as Peter Feigin's getting the key to the story, key to the city, and is all smiles. And so my two things that can be true is Giannis can love Milwaukee, and Giannis can love Peter Feigin, and he can love John Horst, he can love the Bucks organization, and he can hate playing on this specific Milwaukee Bucks basketball team. Is that, I think that's where we are with Giannis right now. That's what I feel, at least.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're all human, right? Like, I can alternately, we're just talking open with the dog. I can alternately love my pit bull, but also just hate that she just barks constantly. Like, yes, of course. Like, look, Giannis has said over and over again, and not just said, but he has acted with 3 contract extensions and the foundation work and his involvement in the community. And like, yeah, he loves Milwaukee. His family loves Milwaukee. If we want to get real personal, guys, like his father's here, the late Charles Adetokounmpo, right? Who, he's buried here. Like, this is not like his 2 younger brothers went to high school here. You know what I mean? And like, so his kids were born here. So Mitch, you're right. The personal, like, he loves the city loves him. This situation on the court is driving him insane, right? Because this is not what it's supposed to be. Now, I will give Doc Rivers this. Like, he said, you think he's the only one frustrated? No, of course not. But Giannis is in the one spot, like, with his resume, his stature, his power, to verbally express it the way he has, right? Like, Gary Harris talking about selfish play is not going to carry the same weight or hit the same way as Giannis, right? So, it's driving him insane. And yeah, both things can be true. I think the thing, Mitch and guys, is unless ownership's mission has changed in 4 months, which maybe it has, but we don't know that. But unless their mission has changed, which is to contend and win, like, that's still the same mission Giannis has. So if the mission is the same, it feels like the whatever the methods are the bridges can be mended and the plan can be unveiled and everyone can buy back in. But I just don't know, like, where this cloudiness comes from. Like, talk to one another, figure it out. Like, to Mason's point earlier, what are the other things that can change to get us where we need to be? Because honestly, guys, we saw it in the NFL, 10, 11 coaches changed. John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, Mike McCarthy, we mentioned in 18. Like, when you have the guy, it's kind of easier to move all the other pieces around, roster wise or otherwise, to get to where you want to go.
Jim, I have one more dumb, stupid question. Maybe you can feel free to plead the fifth on it. My question is Shams a journalist? Feel free to not answer, but that's my question to you.
I don't know all the classes he took at Loyola, so I don't know what his degree is in. So I don't know.
Okay,
he gets information and reports it.
Yeah.
I do like, this is my thing too. So from another perspective, it's like the Bucks organization hasn't been unwilling, and like with how everything's structured, I mean, they will pay Giannis.
Yes.
So it's not about money, right? Like, so
No.
some of that to me too is like, if Giannis stays with the Bucks, they win, they don't, like, maybe he doesn't win another championship. Like, is anything like tarnished with like the type of player and and like obviously the money's going to be there. So it's like I do have to question that from a player side, is like, what is he chasing after? It's not like he's going somewhere else and making more money. Right. It's not like he's going somewhere and doing something more significant. Like, he is the significance in Milwaukee. He is the the roster. You're not going to go and be that and like do more than that somewhere else. Like, so why would he want to leave? Sometimes that's like my mindset is like, what is compelling him to even like think about leaving? It's like, I can stay here. I can go to Greece whenever I want. I can live my life. I can do everything I want. I'm making $275 million in my next contract. Like, what is that compelling? I get the competitive spirit and wanting to win championships, but it almost starts being like, okay, what is the point?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mason. So as quickly as I can say this, I as the competitor and the player, he has stated, and he must believe, that a second ring elevates him into a different stratosphere. And that is maybe true, because 6 other guys, Joker's only got 1, Embiid has none, and Shea's got 1, right? Like, so maybe 2 is not going to get to 5 or 6. Like, the league isn't set up that way anymore. So maybe that's it, where it's like that's 2 for whatever reason is like the thing. I don't, but because you're right, Mason, it doesn't, doing it somewhere else, you become someone who did it somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah. Whenever you simplify it down like that, it's just like, that is just ego. And that's just kind of like, so how you're remembered or how like you're viewed, where it's like, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's going to be all the things. So it's like, it doesn't change at this point, like who he is, what he is as a basketball player, to go somewhere else.
Yeah, Jim, we got to run. But thank you so much for coming on.
Really
loved the insight, and we will definitely be following up with you in a couple weeks, I'm sure. Enjoy the trade deadline.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon.
All right,
you bet. Jim Owczarski joining us on the guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all from the Journal Sentinel. Lots more coming up on the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon. This is the Mason Crosby Show. I'm Mitch Nellis. He's Tommy Wirtz. Mason Crosby in the house. Shockingly, a report came out earlier today that in a survey, parents are a top reason that coaches quit youth sports. Mason, you shocked?
I'm not shocked at all.
No, that's
that's not a surprise.
That's exactly what you would have thought.
Where is the talent level on the kids on there? Is there anyone just like calling it out? Like the kids sucked. They were useless during that.
I'm sure there's some, but I mean, it's like youth sports, even if your kid's not very good, like should just be enjoyable.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
just let them go play. There's so many different levels of
Let
it.
the let the 8-year-old girls play basketball. No one has to be the next Caitlin Clark today.
Right. And if you think it's like, yeah, your kid's better than they are and all that, and you get rid of a good coach because you're a jerk, like they're not going to be any better. Like good coaches are hard to find. We know that in all the things we talk about.
Amen.
Even at the youth.
I would love to hear Mason just yell at the 8-year-old girls team, like, shut up and dribble. Like,
Relax.
I've almost done that before.
I'm sure. Tommy's got a trivia question for us coming up. We've got more Packers news, some Pro Bowl thoughts, and some Olympics. The Olympics are coming.
They are.
Yeah, crazy. This is the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers.
A Super Bowl champion.
The Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl.
The Packers' all-time leading scorer.
A game winner for Mason Crosby.
It's time for the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers, on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and on the free Odyssey app.
It is hour number 2 of the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon. I'm Mitch Nellis, Tommy Wirtz. Mason Crosby is around. Mace, what's for lunch?
Molly brought me up a nice little chicken, sweet potato, and broccoli.
Wow,
bake thing.
Man,
like
we need a Molly here.
You still doing the green juice?
No, not as much. Wasn't seeing the results I was looking for. Honestly, through this little lockdown, I went to the store last week, bought like a week's worth of groceries, didn't get a lot of snacks. Like we've actually probably eaten better than we have in like a week time frame than we have in like a year. It's been amazing.
What's Nolan hiding in his room? Come on now.
Yeah, so like people are sneaking stuff, but there's nothing in the pantry. We've literally just gone through everything possible. Like I said, yesterday was the first day we ventured out of the house. So it's been kind of wild.
What are you lowest on? Did you stop at the store yesterday?
Haven't gone back to the store. We'll start stocking back up here. But I'm gonna be up there in Wisconsin on Sunday.
That's right. You're coming up Sunday. You're gonna be at the card show, and you got you're hosting a luncheon. You know what we should have? You know what I'm a little mad about, Mason?
What's that?
We should have figured out some way on Tuesday for it to be a breakfast, not a luncheon, so that we could do this, because it is my birthday.
It is your birthday.
Then I could have come to the breakfast, introduced you, been your hype man, like I like to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then
WWE style.
And then we could have done the breakfast, and then we still could have done the show together.
That sounds like a lot.
I know. That's what we're here for.
Man, I'm just
that's why Tommy gets paid the big bucks now.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
No, but it is. Yeah, it's a bummer that it's your birthday. Let's just all take the day off on your birthday. Yeah,
I was thinking about it actually, and coming to your lunch.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Tommy, you got the show?
I got asked to work the morning show on my birthday today.
Yeah, you did.
But then Sparky immediately was like, wait, it's your birthday? No, you don't have to do it.
I was like, I would do it. It's not a big deal.
February 16th for everybody keeping track out there. February 16th.
Happy birthday, Dave, my brother. His birthday today. Birthday week is done in the house after today.
That is a long week of birthdays.
It is ridiculous. There's way too many birthdays.
What do you guys think about the edible arrangement? 414-677-1250. How do you feel about the edible arrangement? So my mother-in-law, for the kids' birthdays, she gets them a real present, real and quote, but she always gets them an edible arrangement. And so we're crushing the edible arrangement right now. Like we had the pineapple and the cantaloupe and the honeydew, and the chocolate covered strawberries is always at a premium. So the birthday girl always gets to decide how many of those she gets and how many she'll share, which is fair.
Well, that's nice. Yeah.
So
what's your favorite? I love the pineapple.
I love pineapple. Yeah, for sure.
Pineapple. So
as long as you get rid of the honeydew and the cantaloupe.
So I eat all the honeydew because nobody else likes the honeydew.
No one likes honeydew. I like cantaloupe. I can go.
Yeah,
cantaloupe. Right.
Do you guys want to hear my trivia question for you guys?
Yes, I would love to hear your
trivia question. It is related to the Green Bay Packers, and I thought it'd be fun to bring up because I saw this yesterday. If you want to participate, if these guys suck at it, 414-677-1250, the number to call in, text in. I saw this yesterday come up across my feed, and I was like, this would be a great question for Mason and Mitch. 10 quarterbacks specifically, have thrown a touchdown pass for the Green Bay Packers since the year 2000. The top three obviously being Favre, Rodgers, and Love.
Oh, you just ruined my guesses. Well, you just took my guesses,
Can you name the other 7 quarterbacks?
Favre, Rodgers, and Love
are the top 3. Can you name the other 7 quarterbacks that have thrown a touchdown pass for the Green Bay Packers
Mason can.
Since the year 2000?
I don't know if I can. Seneca Wallace.
That's not on the list.
He didn't throw a touchdown pass.
No, he did not.
Man, he played. That's
crazy. That's where your brain.
I think that was against the Eagles. I kicked a few field goals in that game. I remember when he came in.
Flynn?
Matt Flynn is number 1 with 16 on this list. That is impressive. The most by any other quarterback other than those.
Well, we know like Tolzien.
Scott Tolzien threw 1. Yeah,
okay,
Scott Tolzien threw 1.
Nice.
Let's see who else threw touchdowns. Did Vince Young never stepped in?
How about Malik Willis?
Malik Willis.
There you go.
Is
too easy.
3rd on this list.
Yeah. I'm like going back and trying to work. Yeah, work our way up. 2000 though. I got to think before.
Brett Hundley.
Brett Hundley is second
right.
on this list.
Kaiser.
Deshaun Kaiser did not throw a
He
touchdown.
didn't throw a
pass.
touchdown.
No,
Wow.
it was dark times when he was playing. Yeah.
Jeez.
So you guys did name all of the teammates of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I don't know, like the Favre stuff, right?
And
That's
a
where
lot
we
of
gotta
these
go.
guys, even though Favre never missed a game, like he would come out or something
Right.
at that time, and you are missing. Looks like 2-3 quarterbacks off this list. You have Matt Flynn, Brett Hundley, Malik Willis, Scott Tolzien.
And they're all Brett Favre era quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I should know this. This is where like I'm getting
Yeah,
old and
since
my brain doesn't work anymore.
2000.
Like I used to know this stuff like that.
Who was
Like,
a quarterback
yeah.
in 2000? Because Doug Peterson was before.
Oh,
Was that
Doug
one?
Peterson.
Is that
That's
one?
one of them.
Yeah,
Yes.
all right. Okay, I was thinking Doug. All right.
Good one.
Hasselbeck?
Matt Hasselbeck is
Yeah.
one on there as well.
Come
So-
on, Mitch.
Yeah,
like,
this
man,
is-
this is like
Mason.
before my
I
time
know.
there.
I got all the ones while you were there.
I
Now
know,
you're
exactly.
getting all the ones before you were
Tolzien,
there.
Peterson, and Hasselbeck all had one. The guy you are missing has 5.
Whoa.
5
Who was-
touchdown passes.
God, who was his like? Garcia was he was just like
No.
he wasn't there.
No, he was.
Ooh, I'm gonna call. Let's see if this guy knows.
All
it.
right, yep,
All right,
I
all
love
right.
it.
You guys stall out for
I
a second.
gotta know this. Like the fact that I'm even pausing on this is just so embarrassing to everything I believe in.
Hey, I like someone on Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line said last LMAO. I was just gonna say Seneca Wallace, no chance. But I mean, he played, so I just assumed he threw a touchdown pass.
Seneca Wallace, and he played a little bit.
Yeah,
All right,
he
should
did.
we go? Should we
Yeah,
go to the
go ahead. He doesn't have. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right. John, you're in Hartford. John, what do you got for us today?
Oh,
Well, I know there was. Oh wait, no, that was under Mikowski. Never mind. I was going to say Dillwig and Blair Keel.
Right, Dillwig and
because
Blair
it was
Keel were both
The
under
Magic
Mikowski.
Man, the Wizard, and
the Sorcerer.
Whatever.
The Sorcerer.
Was it Aaron?
Yeah, that's what they called him.
Was it Aaron Brooks?
It was not Aaron
Ooh,
Brooks.
We had that on the
Brooks.
Nicolay Law
Ty
Talking text
Detmer
line.
is not Ty
No.
Detmer
Okay.
or
Not
Mark
Mark
Brunell.
Brunell.
No.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
5-2. So this guy
Kurt
had
Warner,
some-
not Kurt Warner.
Nope. Not Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Gosh, who was behind? Like who was in there?
behind
Who was like a long
Favre?
time? Because that's a
We can move on and
touchdowns.
5 touchdown passes
I like
since the
this
year
one.
2000 if you want.
414 6
I'm not
7
looking it
12
up.
50.
Obviously, we have easy
Yeah.
access.
That's the
but-
thing. Like that's Mason. I think that's why I don't know stuff anymore. Is because I can just
I
look it
know.
up, and so I
And
don't pay attention. The
I
same way
love
I
these
used to.
conversations. Like I love where everyone's kind of going back and forth. I hate the instantly you pose a question, everyone just gets on their phone and like looks it up. I'm like, no, let's converse. Let's figure this thing out and let's stretch our brains a little bit. But we are obviously really dumb and don't know this last person.
Do you want me to wait a couple segments to reveal the answer?
Got a
Give some
couple
people
segments. I just
or do
want
you
to keep guessing
for 10 more
yeah,
minutes?
I just want to keep guessing.
who-
man.
Do you want a hint?
Yes.
But
Okay.
like terrible.
Where'd they go to
Terrible
school?
hint.
Where'd they
Yes.
go to school?
Oh.
This guy went to LSU and Northwestern State in Louisiana.
Wow.
That didn't help.
That did not help. I told you.
Matt Flynn went to LSU.
He did. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Brian
Northwestern
Brom never threw a touchdown.
Some
for him,
other
huh?
teams.
But
This
we're
guy,
talking about Brett Favre era.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Brian Brom never threw a touchdown for
Nope.
him.
Nope.
Man.
Some other guys,
He's
some other
terrible.
teams he played for: the Scottish Claymores,
Okay,
the Florida Tuskers. Had another stint with the Packers in 2007, so could have been a teammate of Mason
Oh.
Crosby.
Oh.
Now he's gonna get
during
it.
this
Now
time
Mason's
as
gonna get
well.
it. He's gonna jog. Oh man.
who were the quarterbacks? I'm trying to think who else was with him. Oh, it was Aaron Favre.
Was there a I mean, it must have been a veteran, like not a veteran, but like
Well,
somebody
he was
who's
a veteran.
been,
Yeah, at that
been
point.
around.
Gosh, I'm so
Man.
bad. So young, just trying to like make it through that
Not
first
TJ
year.
Rubley,
Not TJ
Yeah.
Rubley.
JB in the 920. That's for sure.
Man. All right.
Did they play
I-
for another NFL team?
They played for the Buffalo Bills in 2006 and 2007. The Houston Texans also in 2007 with Green Bay. So he's probably a practice squad guy in Green
So
Bay.
not Rob Johnson.
And then went back to Houston here. I got another call. Let's see if I got it.
Okay, all
All
right.
right. Come on,
Houston
help
and
us out.
Buffalo.
Somebody, I mean,
Not Doug
somebody's
Flutie.
had the
Flutie wasn't on the no.
no.
Um,
You heard Buffalo.
I heard Buffalo. I'm like Drew Bledsoe. No, all right, it can't be Drew Bledsoe.
Gosh.
They were on Houston.
Yeah, who could that be?
It's got to be.
Why can't I think of like who was there? I mean, I'm thinking.
All right, grab that caller.
My guess is that
they know it.
At the risk of saying this, I'm going to say it was like a really tall, white, stiff guy, but I could be totally wrong. Let's go to Greg in New York. Greg's in New York on the Mason Crosby Show.
Is it Null? Craig Null?
It is Craig Null.
Craig Null.
Very nice.
Wow,
Very nice.
He was on the team?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm bad.
Well, there you go. Those are the 7 guys.
You're busy being a rookie,
Well
getting
done.
like, you know.
Matt Flynn, Brett Hundley, Malik Willis, Craig Null, Scott Tolzien, Doug Peterson, Matt Hasselbeck. Those are the backups.
Wait, and this is Greg, not Craig. This isn't actually Craig Null,
no,
is it?
this is Greg from New York calling in with
Greg.
Craig
Awesome.
Null. Yes.
Greg, anything else on your mind today?
Just don't trade Giannis. Hang on to the best you can, all right?
All right. There you go.
Thanks
All
for the call, Greg. Greg votes for don't trade Giannis.
We'll keep him around.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do something stupid like that every once in a while.
Yeah, I like
that.
that.
Was fantastic.
You guys were
Craig Null,
Craig
man.
Null.
I love trivia
Yep.
day. Let's
Now-
we got to keep trivia.
Ooh, somebody
rolling.
guessed Alex Van Pelt. Then a couple people said Craig Null. A couple people did say Craig Null. Ron and Stallis, somebody from the 920 finally got it. So
Yeah, they came
Yep.
flying in
They
there.
did.
about a
Yeah.
minute ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout
All
out to
right,
Greg
all right.
in New York, though. He got it right first.
nicely
Well
done.
done.
414-677-1250 is the phone number. That's the Nicolay Law talk and text line. As we think about, we go from the Packers. Is Malik Willis actually a free agent? Like, is he's gone, right?
Yep.
Like, there's no but what's his bag going to be, Mason? Like, do you think he's not getting $30 million a year? Like, is he getting $20 million a year?
I mean,
what?
at least, yeah.
He's
I
got to
think
make
it's
more
gonna be
than
that-
Justin Fields.
It's going to
What
be
does
that
Fields
20
make?
to
Didn't he
20
make
to
2 for
30.
30?
Justin Fields had 2 for 40. 30 was guaranteed.
Wow.
He's got to make
Yeah.
more than that, right?
Or he's got to make that. I don't think he has to make more than that.
It'll go up a little
Justin
bit.
Fields won games in the NFL as a starter. Malik Willis has never been a starter in the NFL.
Oh, not a good one in
Not
Tennessee,
like-
but he was.
Right. All right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
think
did Darnold? So Darnold got
You got
he
like
only-
3 years, 100 million or something like that.
yeah. So like
33?
it's got to be less than
Yeah,
that.
it's got to be less than that.
You would think, but I don't know. I mean,
I don't
somebody.
know. Would you pay him 3 years, 66?
I think you.
50,
No, I think it's more than that.
guaranteed.
I think it's more than that. I think it's 3 for 75.
How much guaranteed? 50?
Probably
40 to 50?
25.
25. So a low number on the guarantee.
Well, no, you're going to guarantee that first year, so you're going
Right.
to guarantee.
So that's 25.
that's
Just right
25.
there.
So I would say 30. Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably going to guarantee.
So 3 for 75, guarantee the first year.
I mean, you probably just guarantee that first year at least, just to kind of prove it, and like, or you bump that number up just a little bit and guarantee that first year, so that it's like, all right, let's see what you can do. We're paying you a year, and then we're moving on if this doesn't work out, type of deal.
Does this remind you of Matt Flynn at all?
Yeah, it's
Is
very
there a
similar.
Matt Flynn situation?
Very similar.
And then Flynn got beat out, and Flynn never
Yeah.
ended up being the starter in Seattle.
Yeah, he never started in Seattle.
Man, I wonder if I'm Malik Willis and like, let's say Jeff Hafley loves Malik Willis, but they have Tua. Like, do you take the risk if you're Malik Willis to go to Miami that they're going to release or do something with Tua, but that you are in a quarterback competition there?
I mean, if they pay that number, sure,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if they have the space. I was
Right,
looking
right.
at all that. Have you seen the recent the cap space stuff?
No. Is it-
I know this isn't what we were planning on talking about, but I
We
found
can
that
talk about, hey,
fascinating.
Mason, it's your show. We can talk about whatever you want.
Titans are in a great spot. What a good spot for Saleh to come into 112 million in
Wow.
cap space. But here's another fascinating.
Rookie quarterback.
Seattle Seahawks are in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Guess how much cap space I saw?
Too
that
much,
day?
like 80 something.
76 million. So they have 76 million in cap space, and they are playing
Right.
in a Super Bowl.
Because they're paying their quarterback $22 million a year less
I know.
than the going rate for
Right?
a starting quarterback.
Yeah, as Njigba's still on his rookie deal.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Like they're running back. Like, I mean, they are just,
JSN he's about to get paid, but he's still on his rookie deal.
I know they have tons of room. The Packers I saw are negative 3 million. So
yeah, but once Gary and Jenkins are gone,
they got some work to do this
Yeah.
offseason for sure to get that right.
414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Talking text line. Let's go to Nate in Mequon. Nate, you are on the Mason Crosby Show.
Hey, boys. How's it going?
Better that Whitefish Bay beat the Highlanders this week in girls basketball. No big deal, whatever.
Well, I wanted to hop on really fast. You guys started talking about the Malik situation that Green Bay is going to be enduring for this entire offseason. I truly think. I don't think he's going to get a deal done for probably, a couple months for sure. But I wanted to kind of ask you guys, I know kind of throughout the 2025 season, Joe Flacco kind of got bounced around in the division. Do we think that Malik Willis is going to be, the Green Bay will have any opportunity if no teams pass on him? Do you think that, there's a little bit of a fear factor with, Detroit or Chicago picking up on Malik Willis?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, for sure, one of those teams would probably try to. I could see the Minnesota Vikings, giving him a decent number if nobody else bites.
Again,
I don't want that, Mace.
It's my fear because again, he is the top priority when it comes to backup quarterbacks. This year alone showed kind of how he's prospered in the NFL. Minus the Tennessee days and everything, but I truly think of Kyler Murray and Malik Willis kind of similar in the aspect of run and then pass, but I think Malik has a much better arm than he does. But, I kind of had a possibility of could we see him in a Detroit uniform? And, if Goff gets hurt, is it going to be a revenge game type beat?
Do you think that if say he tests free agency, nobody bites on a big deal, do you think the Packers would be willing to pull the trigger and say, hey, we'll bring you back on a 2-year, $20 million deal?
For sure.
Pay him $10 million a year
Don't
to
you
be the
think?
backup?
I think it's absolutely a smart thing for Malik Willis to even think about because, he saw the success when he was in there, maybe not winning the game, but, as a prosper, backup again. But I think you guys kind of hit it on the nail perfectly. I think some team, either the Cardinals, maybe Houston, somewhere in there is going to be high 20s, maybe low 30s, 3-year deal. But hopefully Malik can, be what he is. But maybe we can get some cap out of it.
Yeah, well, I could see the Cleveland Browns doing something crazy and offering him.
We haven't said Miami yet, where every other Packer has gone to.
No, I said Miami, but we said the
Well, you
competition
also
with
have to
Tua.
think Shadur Sanders is an All-Pro now.
That's true. They do have a Pro Bowler
He's
now.
a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
He's not an All-Pro. He's a Pro
Very
Bowler.
nice.
I don't know if he
could.
could. I don't know if Malik would like doing, the essays and questionnaires. They'd probably make their, players do as well in free agency visits. Gosh,
looking at ESPN,
what a joke of an organization.
The ESPN article of ranking some of the top 50 free agents available this offseason, Malik Willis is the number 2 quarterback on this list, and the only man ahead of him coming off an Achilles injury, Daniel Jones. As well. So if you are looking,
will not be ready to start the season.
Looking through the free agent market, Malik Willis is listed at the top healthy option at quarterback in ESPN's eyes, at least. And just in a reference point of where he is on this list, he is 17th. The man he is above, running back Travis Etienne. At 18.
He gets into the ETN zone sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good.
I actually have
Malik Willis is going to get a bag. If that's the
Yes.
case, if he's views it because
for sure.
I'm taking Malik Willis over Daniel Jones right now.
Yes.
Daniel
I think
Jones's number probably demand is going to be significantly higher as well. And Malik Willis has proven upside that he can take to that next step. So.
Yeah, I think coming off that injury though, it'll be interesting to see if a team wants to take a chance on Daniel Jones, or if he starts the season and hopes to jump on with somebody in
Malik
October.
Willis to the Colts.
What?
I mean, if they have obviously, I didn't even think about
They're not bringing
Daniel
back
Jones.
Phillip Rivers.
If the XFL was smart, they would throw a bag at Malik Willis.
The XFL.
Just imagine. He would tear it up.
Just so everyone knows, so we don't get stressed.
Birmingham
Remember,
Stallions, baby.
he is not a free agent until March. So, let's not
March 11th is the start.
Just want to make sure we're clear there.
Yep. 414-677-1250 is the Nicolay Law Talking text line. Speaking of quarterback injuries, I have a question for you guys when we come back. And then we'll talk about our favorite All-Star games because we just can't get enough of the Pro Bowl. It's the best.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I already have my DVR. I have it ready to roll.
I love that you said DVR. Yeah,
DVR.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
I have a DVR. I DVR things.
We knew you had a DVR.
Relax. You know what? It works.
TiVo for everyone.
Right. Just because I still have cable, I get to watch things I want to watch.
Back in my day, we had to brush the dish off.
Never had a dish. This is the Mason Crosby Show presented by Verizon, who has all the technology, by the way. So if you want to talk to somebody, talk to them at Verizon. Mason Crosby.
Welcome to the Mason Crosby Show.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm going to get fired today.
We are here, and we are presented by Verizon,
Oh, it's so good.
God.
So I'm
the
so
official 5G network of the Green Bay.
Well, if you didn't have a corporate card at the beginning of the show, you've lost it by now.
Whoa, no, it's totally corporate. What do you mean? He read the Verizon.
I even did the
sponsorship
line.
perfectly.
Relax.
Exactly.
Tommy.
We need Andy Brady back on at some point.
We do need
Haven't
Andy
had
Brady.
him in a while.
I texted with him last week. He's doing well.
Yeah,
Good.
let's get him.
Good.
I got a few different directions I want to go in here on the Mason Crosby Show. First, I just want to point out both quarterbacks listed as like limited. Darnold still has the oblique, and Drake May now has a shoulder. Like, there's 2 weeks in between games, so it's Thursday. Do we care?
No,
That
they're fine.
They're fine,
I mean,
right?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I thought. Feels like a nothing burger. We watched them both play,
Yeah.
but it's like, but what even the fact that they're listed like that, it's like, okay, it's gotta. I don't know. Somebody's got to report the news, I guess.
I guess so. I still find it fascinating that Sam Darnold out of that draft class is the first one playing in a Super Bowl.
Well, he's the best one.
Yeah.
Is that what it
I
means?
almost sent y'all a meme this morning. Like, there's this guy I follow, and he's like sitting down. It's like the NFL script writers. Like, and he had, he just plays all the parts himself. And it's like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. They're like, he's like, Lamar, man, like they said you might play running back. No, you're going to be a quarterback. You're going to win 2 MVPs. And he's like, oh, and I'll probably have a Super Bowl. He's like, nope, no Super Bowls. He's like, yeah, Josh Allen. He's like, wow, am I going to be as good? He's like, yeah, you're going to be almost as good as Lamar Jackson, but you're not going to win any Super Bowls either because there's a guy named Patrick Mahomes that is just going to destroy your life. So,
Mitch, would you like to address the new nickname rumors with Drake May? Some people are calling him the schedule now at this point.
Because you play who's on your schedule.
But
that's fine. That's great.
Why is that an argument for anyone? They are playing in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like,
Who
if
cares?
they were bad, they wouldn't be here. Like who cares?
Right.
Just
If somebody was better than them, then they would beat them in the playoffs.
I will say scripted though. I mean, like, okay, Bo Nix like breaks his ankle on some fluke play. Like, what? Like, what's happening right now? Because if Bo Nix plays in that Denver game, I don't know.
Might go a different way.
Might go a different way.
Might go a different way. You never know. We'll never know. What did you think of the Bill Belichick stuff, Mace?
Oh man, we're going there.
I think we gotta go there.
It's fascinating. It really is. I saw some stories coming out, and they were probably I'm assuming they were fake, but it's like, wouldn't this be epic if he did what this story said, where he writes a letter and he says, I'm withdrawing from consideration for the Hall of Fame because I didn't get accepted as first year. Give me all of my stuff back. Kraft does the same. They take 8 Super Bowls and all out of the Hall of Fame building and just say 8 years of Super Bowl and this whole era of Patriots history can never be displayed in the Hall of Fame again.
Well, Kraft,
that's basically kind of what you're saying is
but Kraft wouldn't do that because Kraft and Belichick don't like each other. Like Kraft is,
he's got a good point.
But
Belichick has stuff. I mean, he's donated. And they use his some of his items from his time coaching as display items at the Hall of Fame. It's like what do you think the reason? Put aside him as a person or rumors and all that. As far as a winning coach and deserving of a Hall of Fame, he's definitely he's high on that list.
Well, even
For
just
sure.
as far as if we're going to go into the NFL history bag, how many people just in the history of the game are more deserving of first ballot Hall of Famer? Let's say Tom Brady, let's say Peyton Manning, let's say some of the quarterbacks, Elway, Marino. At what point is Bill Belichick above some of these guys? Right?
Yeah.
He is not just that impactful to the
Tom
NFL.
Landry, Don Shula.
He's got the second most wins. He's got the most playoff wins. He has the most AFC championship games. He has the most Super Bowl wins. He has the most Super Bowl appearances. You can go down this list. Here's the
list, right, of the coaches, the 5 coaches that were the first year, first ballot Hall of Famers.
Yep.
George Halas, Curly Lambeau, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, and Don Shula.
Okay.
Would you put Belichick in that, in the realm
above
those?
almost every single one of them?
I put him
Halas, Lambeau are
they're
they started,
all-timers.
they're all time.
They transcend the sport.
I mean, if you look at success,
Where's Vince Lombardi?
Tom Landry, amazing. He only won 2 Super Bowls. right?
Right.
Like, but
Yeah.
he was, it was Dallas Cowboy, but he only won 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Chuck Noll, six Super Bowl and
Yep.
6 what titles?
Championships.
4 in 6 years.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
He did four Super Bowls in 6 years. I mean, Don Shula.
Vince Lombardi's not on that list, Mace.
He wasn't a first time. No, he
That's
wasn't a
crazy.
first
That's
ballot.
crazy.
Also, too. That
Right?
yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
This is just a flaw again with like these voter systems. I don't understand it. Everyone always wants to complain about it with the Baseball Hall of Fame, and the NBA Hall of Fame is just the Basketball Hall of Fame, so it's super easy to get into. But I mean, how do these guys not get this right? And there was some people that talked about it, saying that Spygate played a role in it. There were other people that brought up, oh, there was just other old guys I voted for, and I used up all my votes before I got down
to
Belichick.
3 of them.
Like, it doesn't make any
5.
sense. It makes no sense that he can't get 80%. It's not like he was. Why is he not unanimous from the beginning of this?
Right.
And on top of it, more than 10 people said he shouldn't be a Hall of Fame coach. It feels very spiteful.
It is. It's kind of
Oh,
one
it
of
is.
those where
It
it's just,
definitely is.
yeah, it's weird. It's like, again, you know how I feel about deserving things, right? Like Hall of Fame, all that. Like nobody deserves to do that. But like, why not? Like, why would he not be on that first ballot Hall of Fame? Like,
Right.
it's just like his name's on the list. You're like, yep, it's his time. Like he earned that right to be in the Hall of Fame because he's going to be in.
Yeah.
So like, why not right now? Like, who's on that list that is going to, that you're going to say, oh, well, yeah, that guy, I get it. That guy probably deserved it this year more than Bill Belichick or anyone in that, that space.
Of the current list of guys, yeah, you're not going to find anyone on there that you could say is more deserving of it. But these arguments have been going back for a long time. I mean, look at how long it took Leroy to get inducted into the Hall of Fame when everyone would compare his numbers to guys that were in, and they were just miles better, and everyone was waiting for that. And that took 20 years too long, maybe, to get Leroy Butler in there. I remember even a couple of years ago, like the Antonio Gates not getting in on first ballot was another one that I think a lot of people were very upset about because he had over 100 touchdowns. Like, what more do you want from the guy when you look at all-timer tight ends? And another one that I think is going to spark some interest because it broke some news yesterday too, Eli Manning not getting in. And say what you want about him. Like, if quarterbacks are judged based off of their successes in, team success, Super Bowls, whatever it is, like he's the reason why Tom Brady doesn't have 10 Super Bowls right there.
Yeah, true.
Interesting.
But like, yeah, like the Belichick stuff and like, okay, Spygate, Deflategate, all those things. So, I know baseball, obviously, like I think they hold things against people and don't let them in the Hall of Fame because they feel like they either cheated or manipulated the game in some way. So,
Sometimes.
I mean, it is so fascinating how Belichick, all this stuff now with North Carolina, his girlfriend, all the things, right? And he's almost like everybody's such a divisive. And now with this, it's brought him back to like, but why? Like, it's like Belichick. He was an amazing coach. He was the best. Like, he won all these Super Bowls. Like, he deserves this. And it's such an interesting time in like the media world that we live in, that one day he can be viewed as one thing, and now it's like poor Bill Belichick didn't get first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think
like
that
that kind of space is fascinating.
Yeah. Speaking of deserving things, Mason, do we deserve a better Pro Bowl situation from the NFL? Like a better Pro Bowl solution, better something, better product, better I don't know what from the NFL?
Is it worse than the NBA at this point? It's worse than the NBA All-Star Game, right?
No, it's different. The NBA All-Star Game, like, in a way, is still relevant. Like, people want it to be what it was. People want it to be competitive.
Well, it's the middle of the season.
Right, it's middle season, so and the players still play in it. Like, the NFL, like, no one's there and nothing happens. Like, it doesn't exist.
Wouldn't it just be better if they just did, like, a 2-day autograph thing, like a card show? Like, it's just like just a fan experience. Just go and like let
putt tournament,
have fans pay to come and like enjoy. Yeah, just spend some time around these players, right? Like it just, I don't know. Like, do you want to see them doing some of the things that they did? I saw last year. I mean, it's obstacle courses and like relay races. They're doing dodgeball and tug of war. It's like, what are we doing right now? Like, it's crazy. Like, and I've seen too many guys. I've actually seen more guys get hurt playing dodgeball than I have like sometimes doing pickup football games or, playing basketball. So Dodgeball is not safe. I'll tell you that much, because those competitive juices get flowing, and ankles roll. Guys popping Achilles. Like it can be dangerous out there.
Like I think that stuff should be more interesting. Like I want to see my football guys do something else. Like to me, and maybe embarrass themselves or maybe be really good at it.
They should have the Pro Bowl. All of you should have to try to climb Taipei 101. That's what it should be.
But doesn't that make it more of a joke though, where it's like, oh, we want to see these athletes be like do something that they're not good at or look like unathletic. It's like, no, they are Pro Bowlers. They should be held up and say like, y'all are the best football players in the NFL this year. Like, let's acknowledge that for your skill on the football field. Let's not try to like make you look goofy, running routes as an offensive lineman or doing something else.
They've been getting away from that for so long already. Like Tyler Huntley getting that Pro Bowl nod a couple of seasons ago, and Shedeur Sanders getting it again this year. Like the NFL doesn't want to showcase their best players when they go to the Pro Bowl, and the NBA
because the Pro Bowl doesn't exist.
Yes.
I mean, Shedeur Sanders had to be he was probably 14th on the list. Like, do you think that many guys said no?
Right. Yeah. Why would you not ask Joe Flacco before Shedeur Sanders?
I mean, like anyone that played like more games and had like more number. I mean, Aaron had to pass. Like everybody had to pass before it got to him, I would assume.
Joe Burrow passed.
I mean, Joe Burrow, like some of the names, Trevor Lawrence isn't there. Like, it's like, come on.
Right. It's bizarre. And I don't know that there's a solution at this point except to shut it down and do a fan fest. Like you said, Mason, like do a week-long fan fest, rotate the guys in.
That's dumb too.
It's dumb too. I agree.
Yeah, or pay each one of them like their weekly salary of what they made to play in a game. If that's like, go back to that. Like, that's what's crazy.
But do you think they would?
The Pro Bowl amount that you made was not, I don't think it was significant. I think it was like playoff dollars, right? Yeah, so it's like you're going and they used to play a game. It's like, why am I doing this for, pennies compared to what I, did before? And I'm supposed to be in an elevated spot here. Pay them their weekly, whatever they made weekly in the season, and say, hey, we'll pay you this. Go play, a modified type football game where we're not going to, we're going to like try to eliminate injuries.
I wonder what that moment was that the NFL Pro Bowl broke.
It was when Sean Taylor blew him up.
Was it?
Yeah, that's 100%. What was the
Brian Moorman?
Yeah.
Brian Moorman.
Yeah, that was when it was done. It was like, nope, can't have that happen anymore. Right. So we're going to never do that again.
Yep.
That broke it 100%. So playing too hard eliminated the Pro Bowl. Yeah, 100%. Sure. That's what it was.
Yep. No. Quick news update for those of you following along at home. The Milwaukee Bucks had their game against the Dallas Mavericks, I think last Sunday, postponed. It will be scheduled now for Tuesday, March 31st. So Mason, if you're around town March 31st, we can go see Cooper Flag together.
Brewers baseball be going on by then.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. The baseball season will already have started.
Yeah.
Tommy will be hosting pregame, postgame, in the middle of the game at halftime of the baseball game, and early morning 4 a.m. update.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Well, imagine if you had to do a 4 a.m. Brewers update every morning in addition.
Yeah. I would do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
you do love the game. When was Sarah Colonna, John Ryan's wife's comedy show in Appleton?
I think
it's coming up first week of February. I think
it was March. I think it was
late March. I was just wondering if all that coincided,
we got to check
make
that
a
out.
little, 2-day trip out of it or something.
Oh my gosh. Now
Get
we're
a
talking.
lot in.
Yeah. Or whoever the Bucks end up playing then, and figure out when the Brewers, because the Brewers, they don't open at home, do they?
Against the White Sox. I know that much.
Okay. Right.
But it'll probably be on the second series by then.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have to check the Brewers schedule for that as well. Mason, maybe that'll be the weekend you throw out the first pitch.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I got to start getting warmed up. Start getting this thing ready.
We got to make that happen. I saw Rick Schlesinger today.
They will be at home on the 31st against the Rays.
Oh my gosh!
Just saying, throwing it out there.
Can they play a day game against the Rays? Can we get a doubleheader? Go to the baseball game, then go to the
on the 1st of April. It's a 12:40 start.
So Mason, Tuesday night we go to the Bucks game, and then Wednesday we go to the day game.
Perfect.
All right,
I'm in.
We got it locked in. This is the Mason Crosby Show. Mason's Extra Points coming up next here on the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers.
What's on Mason Crosby's mind today?
Now I'm thinking.
It's time for Extra Points, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Mason Crosby Show with Mitch Nellis.
Tell me what's on your mind.
On the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
All right. It's Thursday. I really appreciate everyone joining the Mason Crosby Show. Gosh, boys, yesterday was a busy day. It's good to be back. Good talking to y'all. We had Jim Owczarski on today talking about Giannis. He says, why would you trade one of the top 3 players in the world? And yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, there's a lot to that.
Can
I like this
Mason?
comment.
Before you get to the comment, can you tell us a little? Can you tell us something you got accomplished yesterday? Can you give us a little insight?
You like to know what I accomplished?
I do.
I left the house. That was big.
No, that's true. That's good.
Nolan and I went and hit golf balls in a golf simulator.
Nice.
Here in town, and just got out for a second. I went and bought Charlotte a pair of shoes at Dick's Sporting Goods. So
okay.
It was I felt like it was a good day. It was good first outing. We got to kind of just dip our toe into the outside world. I can't just go right back out there. It's a scary place. Yeah,
it is. All right, what were we going to say?
Let's see.
You got some comments?
Well, no, I saw this on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. Bring back the Rock and Jock softball game that was on MTV.
Oh,
softball game would be
softball
fun.
game's not terrible.
Little Pro Bowl softball action.
Yeah, people like a softball game.
Yeah, you sell out a stadium, you get like the whole experience. I mean, like my second is it second annual? I mean, can we say that now?
Yes, we can.
What was your issue with
inaugural?
The first one?
Because if you don't do it again, you can't say first annual.
Okay.
First annual and then never again. That's not annual.
Well,
then
what if it's coming back?
Then you can call.
You should call the NFL, get the Pro Bowl list, and then we should just play against the NFL Pro Bowlers.
Oh my God, we'd kill them.
Yeah, we would dominate.
Jordy, Mason, Thunder, and Tommy. Challenge accepted. Let's go.
That'd be a good team. Yeah,
and that dude who just hit home runs.
Yeah, that guy was awesome. He was good.
Yes, he was.
Shout out to that banker from Beloit.
Yeah,
the banker crushing balls.
It's true. You're not wrong.
I know, but hey, don't sleep on Tommy and Mitch on that softball diamond. I mean, those two were making plays. Tommy laying out for catches. Yep. I mean, now with all the weight you've shed.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this dude.
I'm getting ready to rob a homer this year. I think.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, Yeah, it's gonna be quite nimble. Nimble.
414 says this is like trading Ray Allen and we stunk for the next 15 years. So it's nothing like that. And I love Ray Allen. And I thought that was a horrible, horrible trade when they traded Ray Allen basically for Gary Payton and Desmond Mason, I guess. And it just like destroyed the entire integrity and chemistry of the team. What they were trying. Yeah. Well, they did that when they signed Anthony Mason. But that's like Ray Allen was a big deal and could average 26 a night and was a very, very highly skilled player. There's nothing like that with Giannis. And what Giannis has meant to the franchise, bringing a championship to Milwaukee, embracing Milwaukee, us embracing him. This is like, this is totally different. So
I've gone back. Like on Tuesday, I was open to them trading or like trying to build something. I've completely flipped. I'm on that bandwagon of I liked what Jim said. I think he kind of convinced. Like I'm like, why? Like. What is the purpose other than, again, becoming a mercenary out into the NBA world of just pay me what I was going to get paid anyways. I'll just try to go win championships, wherever that might be. I just feel like that legacy doesn't stand as firm as I was a Milwaukee Buck. I brought 1 or 2 championships. If he's able to bring another, like, that was my franchise. Like, I mean, that to me carries a lot of weight.
He's already got that title. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to do anything else. He's already got that title.
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying.
So I thought you didn't want to trade it. So now you want him gone? You think they should?
I think I want him gone
to,
for the wrong.
Something up?
I think I want him gone for the wrong reasons. To be honest, like if I can be self-aware in that, but kind of just sick of it. Like at this point, I would rather just see move on from there. Yeah.
Can I shout out real quick the Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team?
Yeah.
Last night
some good ball.
Down 35-17 at the half.
Yeah.
Against the Gophers. They go up for 50 in the second half.
Yep.
I think they had like 1-3 at halftime. They end up with 13. This did not hit the over.
That's what
and one of the three of us may have had the over in that game.
Mm-hmm.
His name may rhyme with mom. It's Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, you're yeah. But the Badgers still won the basketball game to improve to 7-3 in the Big Ten, taking down Minnesota in a game they really should not have lost. And so good, the Badgers are playing decent ball. Black Belt with 23 and Boyd with 21, like your two main guys leading the way, and we'll see what they do. They know they got some big games coming up against the upper tier of the Big Ten. But when I saw that score 35-17, I'm like, man, was there an earthquake or something? Like, what happened? There were 17 points at halftime. And then I just felt bad for Tommy because I knew there was no way.
Over was cooked in the first half. It was done. It was over.
There was no way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel bad for Tommy.
All right, maybe I felt a little bad for Tommy. I saw this too. The Bucks are at the Wizards tonight. The Bucks are favored by 2.5. Oh, God. Like, the Wizards have cooked the Bucks when Giannis was playing.
Yikes.
Opening night was like a 5-point game, was a closer game than it should have been. The Bucks have lost at Washington. How are the Bucks favored again? Unless everybody's injured but the Wizards just play fast and better. Like, I don't think the Bucks are going to win tonight in Washington, and Washington's terrible.
I don't know. I wouldn't put money on it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going that route.
No. Brett says the Badgers had 1 2-pointer so that's what it was. They had 1 2-pointer in the first half.
Yep.
Everything else was threes or free throws.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a bizarre.
I can't wait. I mean, March
half.
Madness right around the corner. Like, should we go to Vegas? I mean,
yes, we should.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Can we stop in can we go to Phoenix and Vegas?
Sure.
Like, do some spring training and then do
How about
March Madness?
Cruising with the Crosbys.
Cruising with the Crosbys. I like that.
Road trip
with
content.
Crosby's crew.
TM.
Yeah.
Oh, Crosby's crew.
Yes.
Cruising Crosby's crew.
Drinking some
lots
wine
of
with 3
C's.
fat guys. Oh, let's go.
It's all the things.
Yep. All right, Mace, let's do it again tomorrow. We'll send you into the weekend tomorrow. But for now, he's Mason Crosby. He's Tommy Wirtz. I'm Mitch Nellis, a.k.a. Thunder. We are the Mason Crosby Show, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. We are broadcasting live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Peter Fagan of 420.
Deuces.